Naz Reed, welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome back. I'm back. Ashwin's back.
We're back.
If you're new here, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 1,000, and once we get to 1,000, we're doing that jersey giveaway again. My goodness, look at the Naz Reed train happening in chat. This is crazy. Amazing game from Naz Reed.
And if you're in your car right now listening to us on Twitter for some reason,
oh yeah, that's right.
Honk if you love Naz Reed.
It's crazy. Timberwolves win. Big, very big. They go down. They go down 17-2, I think, in the beginning of the game. And we're all in the Discord. We're on the Discord like it's over. And it kind of was. It kind of was at the time.
Bench Wiggins.
The Warriors benched Wiggins. We got so many things turning up the Wolves' way. This is really quite crazy.
Oh, this is the Wolves' way. Wow.
You know, Ashwin, I think, you might have seen my positivity in the Discord tonight, which is different than normal.
You memed the hell out of me.
That is on purpose because I need to convince myself that we're real. So I have to root for us and say that everything's fine, even when it doesn't seem fine, so that when it does turn out fine, I can tell myself, see, we're fine. And I think we were. And the Timberwolves win 119-101. So, yeah, we were down 15 and then won by nearly 20.
What happened?
Second half Wolves were no joke. Really, from the second quarter on, the Wolves were no joke. Well, Ashwin, first off, welcome back. How are you feeling, and how do you feel about the Wolves?
I felt like someone who didn't understand what was happening. I feel like I haven't seen this team in 10, 12 days, which is accurate, and it felt like a foreign film. It felt like I needed subtitles, and I had the Mavs broadcast on, and so they were just hyping up Luka from his pirouettes and his whatever he was doing, because holy crap, his start was unreal, and they were embarrassing us. However, I felt calm through it all. I felt like let's just be a passive observer of the truth of what this team has been for the past few days. Like, we lost the game in New Orleans, and I missed that game, and I saw that we kind of lost big towards the end, but we had that game within 10 to 5 points the whole way through, right? And, maybe not a big outing from Gobert, not a big outing from Cat. We don't really have Edwards, but we still were within striking distance. Isn't that crazy? We were still within striking distance. Tonight, even though we were down 15 and we didn't really get anyone going, Ant goes 3 for 20,000. It was the bench mob. It was the bench play without Shake Milton, by the way, that comes and completely turns the game in our favor, and we grind this game away. Man, good to be back. Good to root for this team. 19-5. What's happening, man? That's insane. Maybe 18-5. I don't even know our record.
I think it's 19-5. I think you're right.
I am. It is so weird, probably unusual for all of us to be rooting this hard for a team like this, because it's never been happening. It's never happened for us to be this like 14, 15 games above 500. We could go 500 for the rest of the season and be the second best team in Timberwolves history.
I know. It's so weird to think of all the things that we could do wrong, which of course is the way that Timberwolves fans think, and that's you and me. We're thinking, okay, how many losses can we afford before we're below 500 or something? But really, like, it's just I can't get over it. It's an insane situation. We're getting into a tricky stretch, by the way. But by the way, quick correction: it is 18 wins. It's 18-5.
Sorry, my friend.
But 18-5 is still insane. I am going to do something that's well overdue. First off, everybody liked the stream. But second, let's catch up on some comments. Gerald, they need to change the name of the MVP to Naz Reed, so every year the players really try hard to become Naz Reed. Very much so. True. Yeah. Jared and had a bad game scoring wise. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit everybody's comment. You guys had so many Naz Reed comments, but I appreciate you all.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I forgot to scroll through all the comments.
No, that's okay. There's so many Naz Reeds that it's like hard
Matt
to
Peters.
see.
What's up, Matt Peters? There's a Begus. There's a Mason. There's a Dean. Man, everyone's here. Jared.
Twin City Bulldog Club. Feel sorry for Luka. He didn't have much help. Yeah, he's got Kyrie hurt, and man, nobody could help him on the team. I mean, like looking at their box score, it's kind of sad. My gosh, their box score is so sad. Derek Jones Jr. 3, Grant Williams 5. That's their big pickup in the offseason, by the way. Derek Lively did have 15 points. Luka at 39. Tim Hardaway 10 points. He was 0 of 7 from 3, 4 of 15 from the field. Yeah, he's got nothing. And then beyond that, it's really nothing. Like
I think he had like 19 in the first quarter, but they reneged a 3 from him.
They did take one away, which I didn't know was
lead,
possible.
which was like 7, was like only 4, and it was within striking distance. I felt like just one small burst from an ant or a cat, and we would have the lead.
Yeah.
It turns out it was not either of them. You check out the box score. You check out who was leading us at halftime. It was Naz Reid and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Michael Conley. That's like pretty nutty.
It is nutty. That is just wild. Adam Peters, everybody in B and C except Nas. That might not be inaccurate. 1085 Slim, welcome.
All these games without Jaden, all these games, and these glasses, they're like really tweaking me out.
Yeah. I think you have like a setting on that's like removing your background, but it's only removing it from your eyes or something. It's super weird.
Well, it's fucking awesome. I love these settings that I have. I'm sorry. We'll deal with this after the stream. Sorry about that, everyone. If you really need to see my right eye for some reason. Without Nas, or without Jaden, without Ant, with even like some of the other rotational players in our bench, off our bench, we had to kind of adapt. Like we had to play big. We had to play a bigger, different style to kind of compensate for the points that we're missing and lacking from those others, and also from the perimeter. Like man up on D. We saw a whole lot of Naz Reid through the break that when I wasn't here, and Naz Reid is really coming to his own. Wow, shining as bright as possible in a game like this. A year ago today, Naz Reid had 27 points against the Dallas Mavericks.
Really?
Last year he averaged 21, 6 and 6. What a freak! What a freaking freak!
Oh my goodness,
he's our freaking freak.
He is our freaking freak. Oh, that feels good.
And it's actually great to kind of unfold Jaden back into the starting lineup as opposed to coming off the bench, go through the struggles, wake up. It's it's Luka day, like you get to guard Luka. Great first out. Like you look like garbage in that first stint. That 4-point play, all that other nonsense.
Yeah,
but he kind of came into his own in the game. You could start to see Ant kind of falling into place as well. Like he was so out of sorts in that first half as well. But like you look at the box score, he didn't. It's not a great box score whatsoever. He did have 11 assists, and he definitely found his way through the game to kind of navigate, especially that last assist to Mike Conley in the corner. You could hear him screaming.
Man.
That was tight. That was so tight.
That was awesome.
Dude, it is crazy. Really, it is crazy to root for this team right now. I am hyped. I am so excited because this team started really obnoxiously slow, and I was really worried. Like, what is this team? Like, what are we watching right now? And they showed us. They showed us that through adversity, just through rhythm, we can get back. We can grind this game out. We're bigger than this team. We're bigger than the Mavs, and we played that part. I'll list out some stats, but I'll shut up right now and read some comments also and head it back to you.
Yeah. I'm all over the place. It's just it's fun to have a good game again. I mean, like obviously we've had so many good games throughout the season, but for me, the thing that I'm just taking away from this was like Ant, of course, there's certain numbers tonight. We'll get into the numbers when we get into the tier list here in just like a minute or two. But there's certain number, like it just felt good. Ant came back and look, I know he shot terribly, but like he looked more like himself. There were multiple games while you were gone, Ashwin, where he was trying to play and it was just like, he does not look right. It looks bad. And I know he shot 3 of 19 tonight, but he looked so much closer to like what Ant is. And this is probably a BS thing to say, so you guys can call me out for saying this, because I'm sure I would not give the same leniency to somebody like Karl Anthony Towns. So I'm calling out my bias. But in ways, I want Ant to have this bad shooting night on. I was kind of okay with him taking all those shots and missing, because it's like, okay, we're winning, and I want to get you on track and get you back into a rhythm. I understand that that's a crazy bias situation because I am such a fan of Ant, and you guys know my opinions on Karl.
I like your accent.
Yeah. But no. I just in general, this is such a good feels game. Nas Reed game. We had Rudy Gobert dunking on people. We had that pass from Ant to Mike that you were talking about. Jaden played really great, especially after I started clowning him in the Discord. It just feels good. But non-McDaniels have to be the best point of attack defending duo in the league. I agree. Or as I said last show, 18,000 times. Yeah, that's true.
Clip it. Wolves already traded away their first round picks for the next 5 seasons. Might as well trade the remaining picks for Luka. Gee, the man out. Or probably get the man out.
Get that.
Yeah, just looking at the box score, it tells the whole story, man. We were more aggressive on the boards. We hit the line more. We hit more threes. That team is predicated on just denouncing teams on the three, like dethroning everyone from the 3-point line. They only hit 7 threes. I think like 6 in the first quarter, right? It felt like they were 100% from 3 in the first quarter. It was crazy. Grant Williams hit his first 3 and was a absolute 0 for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I was really worried that Cat wasn't understanding his assignment, but like Williams was a dud. Derek Jones Jr., he's a great like leaper. He's become kind of a solid defender. They need him to shoot and hit threes. I don't know if that's 100% his game or not, And they're like relying on Dante Exum, like G League affiliate Dante Exum.
Dude, apparently he's been better, but
yeah, I mean that's awesome to hear. It's just like these games are crazy and they are hurt. They are small. When they don't have Derek Lively on the court or like getting boards, they are teeny tiny Maverinos.
Yeah. Yeah. It is rough. It's funny because they started the season pretty well. And actually, I mean, what is their record right now? I actually don't know what their record is. I should look at the standings here. Because they started better than I thought. At the beginning of the season, we kind of talked about it in our preview, and we were like, oh man, I don't have any faith in the Mavs. Yeah, they're 4th right now. They're 15-9. That's crazy. I feel like, how are they 15-9? That's got to be fake, right? It has to be fake.
Well, I think Kyrie has been healthy this whole season up until
That's
recently.
True.
And like Luka's been on a tear of like scoring 30 points in like 12, 13 straight games, right? So he's just been on something. And this team is so reliant on Luka every night. I think in this prior game he went like 45 minutes. Like I heard a lot of crap. This is not me like knowing this. I heard a lot of crap in the Mavs broadcast about how amazing Luka is all the time. So like 45 minutes last game, scoring 40 plus points. Like that's what he's doing right now on a nightly basis, just to get this team competitive.
Yep. Yeah.
But 15-9 is no joke.
The GOAT in the comments. Shocking. This team is playing. This great team playing Wolves has a star who can deflect his energy to team basketball. Still pinching myself. Yep.
I'm pinching myself too, man. I was in this like rich mansion in Maine talking to some game designers about what the hell my team's the best and I don't know 100% why. And they're like, what is basketball? I'm like, well, first of all, you need Rudy Gobert. But wow, Rudy has been MVP caliber this season. Honestly, not even just DPOY. Maybe a couple off nights here, but it's so incredible. Like I'm like raising my pitch, maybe even to like a girl in 4K. Where like one person's down and one other person comes up and compensates. Man, we had a couple people down and Nas Reed and Nickeil Alexander-Walker just shine. Man, they just like rose to the occasion. So much so that I didn't really want Ant back. I didn't really want Jaden back. Like these guys were taken over in the ways that I wasn't seeing. Like they had some built-in chemistry now too, and I'm really enjoying that.
It just worked. We just have players. We've talked about this before in our bench and stuff like that. But and when we were using Shake a lot, it wasn't working. And because that Shake's the one bringing it up, we're getting turnovers. That kills you. It kills you more than the actual stats tell you, because just one turnover and them scoring, like it only shows up as one turnover. So Shake would just cause so many issues for us out there. So not having Shake out there, instead having Troy Brown Jr., that's an insane amount of like it's just such an improvement. It's such an improvement over Shake. So seeing Shake come out with the last group, although it's sad, it's right because look at tonight. And I'm not saying that the Mavs are like finals contenders, but it just feels good to win and play the right players at the right times. And know that you, even when you're down 17-2, you can come back and win by 20. That's the reverse Wolves. And that's what gives me confidence going forward.
We're a wolf in wolf's clothing.
We are a wolf in wolf's clothing. Man.
Yo, these comments are crazy. Like, this is something also that's pretty telling.
Yeah.
Winning cures all, right? But also at the top of the pecking order is this. It's like joy, man. He got his girl, like they're expecting now.
Yeah. Yep.
You could look at another team that's completely imploding, and of course, Chris Paul as part of that team that's imploding. So it makes me feel so fucking happy. But like Draymond is now indefinitely just in counseling. Like I like that. Like what's happening with his podcast? Has his podcast folded? Did he punch his podcast?
Perhaps.
Wiggins' bench, like these teams are folding, and these new teams are emerging. The OKC Thunder with 30 draft picks, with your team's draft picks, are the second best team in the West. It's incredible, man. And other teams like Indiana and Milwaukee, like this random rivalry that's kind of forming. It's really interesting. The NBA has never been better, never been brighter, and we're at that apex, man. It's pretty fun to see. And it's kind of like, yeah, pinch me, man. And only 2 minutes from Shake Milton. By the way, when did that happen? When did Shake Milton just get like yeeted out of the rotation?
Today. I mean, like there was like, well, like the last game he was a little bit less used, but like today was the first time we've only seen like 1 minute of Shake. So it's like kind of crazy.
Wow.
And nice. It feels so good. Feels so good.
Hey, thanks for the support, Jarvis, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, Jarvis. Big shout out. I know you don't like the shout outs. Well, I can't tell if you don't like the shout outs or if you just don't want us to do it. I don't know. Whatever it is, we do appreciate it.
We're shouting you out. 6B Basketball. Love that. Welcome to the show, David. Mason,
you know what time it is?
Big Jarvis. It's time for something.
It's time for EJ's stat of the night. No. It is time for the tier list. Okay, tier list.
It was for us.
What'd
wow, over 100 of you guys here. Welcome.
100.
Awesome to
seriously.
see.
It's because you're back, Ashwin. People wait for you.
Dude.
You're the knowledgeable one here. I'm just the one running the buttons.
That last show that I was on, which was like, I don't know, 5-6 games ago, probably, I was harping on a player, and I felt pretty bad about it when I left. I was like, we won that game, and I'm being ridiculous.
I don't even remember. I don't remember yesterday.
I remember very specific. That's partially true, yeah. But like, I remember being a little too hard on someone, and it's because my expectations are so high for a player making that much money. You know what's really great? What I saw from Cat tonight. No extreme anything.
Oh
no, just like in his pocket, a couple weird plays, but that's when like he has the basketball in his hands and he has to do something between his legs. That's okay. That's like kind of part of the expectation of like him dressing up for a Wolves night, right? Like it's Wolves night, guys. It's time to go between your legs.
Yeah.
But he was so emphatically awesome tonight. Like just
he
doing
really
his
was.
role, playing his part, 17 fucking rebounds. He played his role tonight. And really, in a game like this, I would want him to like pop off because Ant is going 3 for whatever. But with him being supplemented by all these other great players, man, we probably need another shooter or two if he's not as aggressive as I would like him to be. But boy, like this is a great foundational like baseline floor for Cat from now on, and I love it.
I do too. I'm all for it. Do you want to jump into Cat's ratings, or do we want to start somewhere else?
Usually, man, I feel like I'm just taking over this fucking show. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Usually we do the bench players first, but like they were the reason why we won this game, like straight up.
Pretty
like,
much. I mean, that's true.
Anthony
we gotta go
Edwards, we
reverse.
usually end with him, but in 35 minutes, he went 3 for 19 for 9 points. Team high plus 20. And you know why? 11 assists. He was there for all of that. And he was helping distribute the ball to Nas for those open threes, getting Nas to pass to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, vice versa. He was at that point of attack where when we didn't have someone going, he was at least trying to get something going before a pass out. You know what? This was a dog shit game from him, honestly. But I'm not giving him a C. I think I'm giving him a B because this was him coming back from injury, working through his nonsense. The next game, he's going to be 8 for 18. It's not going to be perfect, but he's still going to drive back into his habits, you know? And he was working through the mid-range. He was working through all his attacks. He was like just come back from injury, and he tried to do a monster slam over Lively. Like, get the hell out of here. Or maybe it was Hardaway.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but yeah, that would have been amazing. I kind of partially looked away, so during that play, so I'm glad it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing that he's able to do that again, or even willing to do that again, feels really good. I think it's so tricky because, like, you know, based on our normal, which I did not go over the rankings. A1 is unforgettably good game. Juancho is bad game. Glenn Taylor is multiple bad games, and then everything in between. Initially, I was thinking D for Ant, but it is tricky to know because, like, what did we expect coming off of injury? We're a game where we weren't even thinking he was going to play. So there is that element of, like, I guess we could give him somewhere close to the middle, like a C or something like that. Maybe it is a C. I mean, he had really, really good defense in the second half too, that caused multiple turnovers. I mean, what did he end up with stats wise or stocks and stuff? I guess he only had two. Oh, he had 2 steals. Okay. But I don't know. I feel like it was pretty good.
9, 2, and 11. But most importantly, 2 steals, 5 turnovers was expected. But you know, we were expecting a pretty crap night from him. Honestly, like we were expecting 100% this.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. No, that's accurate. I think it's a C. Good call. And he was Oreo points out he was a plus 20. So
yeah,
it's one of those things. You know, I talk about how, like, I feel like I'm watching a game and it feels like somebody's having a good game, but then you look at the stats and they're not. I feel like that feeling for me is very much tied to whatever the plus minus is. Not that I'm ever looking at the plus minus during the game, but it's just like a general, like, oh, we're starting to be better when that happens. But
this would be an insane final.
It would be so fun.
NBA would be so mad at us.
I looked at that. I thought it was like, I thought somebody was joking, and then I looked at the actual standings and I was like, wait, the Magic are actually in like second or third or whatever. Pretty wild. But yeah, Ant, somewhat of a stinker of a night, but also an okay night in other ways, and just looking more like Ant, even though he was 3 of 19. But yes. What do we want to do next?
I love this comment from Nick. With the starters back, the bench mob can be the bench mob, right? The bench mob can come back and be, and like we saw when Ant went down, Troy Brown like popped off for 20 at one point, right? Like his best game. Like is coming back into form when he was starting for Jaden. Like he could be out of his element at times when he's forced to shoot, when he's like not maybe ready. And I think he's best off the bench, and Jaden is best starting. And I think this tandem, as someone said, is like the best in the NBA. They can play off each other. Jaden's inevitably going to get in foul trouble. And then Jaden, let's just go to him right now. 23 minutes, 5 for 9 from the floor, 11 points, a block shot and nothing else. That doesn't matter. He's back, baby.
He's back. Yeah.
Last game, I guess he got 12 points too, and some like off the bench and some inefficient shooting, and he looked like a pail of himself. But like, oh man, I'm excited for this. Like, he had that block shot against like Grant Williams, I think, or against Luka, I think, and yeah, he's not expected to do a whole lot. I can't wait for his like 3-point shot to come back. But he had that killer like fast break where like Rudy and Cat went way in front of him, and then he just like pulled up for like his like weird like shot.
Push
shot.
What is the most? Why can't we have normal fast breaks?
Why can't we?
Why does it have to be like that every time? Like, sure, I'm glad that went in, but like, can we please just space accordingly? Like, not everybody needs to be in the paint. Like, what is everyone thinking? It's not even just one person's problem. It's literally everybody. What is everyone doing in the paint? Anyways.
Exactly. Or it's just bounce read.
I implore everyone in the chat to please not join the Discord and not look at the comments that I made in the Discord.
Okay.
Because I think Jaden is an A tonight. I thought this was a really good Jaden game. He did things on offense that I definitely knew he could do. No, he was fantastic tonight. I really did like Jaden's game tonight. And that all happened after I said some things about him in the Discord that you definitely don't need to go check.
Good night, 1085 Slim.
Yes.
Thanks for joining while you could have.
How do you feel like A?
Yeah, I'm down for whatever you put, man. You have God tier hands.
I do.
So you can make the work. I don't feel comfortable with that, honestly. I don't. But I'll let you have this. I'll let you have this one. Mike Conley, 29 minutes, 14, 2, 3, and a steal. That's cool. Whatever. You know what's awesome is when we were down 17-2. Holy crap! It's Mike Conley time. He just was like, all right, fuck this. I'm just gonna drive it in for a layup. Yeah. It's now, it's like he had this reverse layup or whatever he had for the first bucket.
Yeah.
Man, we were struggling to get any sort of flow. He's like, hey, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. And that's what I kind of need. I kind of want this guy, this version of Conley. And there was this really interesting play where I think Hardaway went below the screen. And then Conley was like, F it. I'm just going to shoot from three, make it. He's shooting lights out from three this season. This is a Conley I love. Maybe a little bit more assisting, maybe a little bit more, ball pressure. That's okay. He's old. I give him a B.
I think I agree. This was a really good game, and this is the game that we want, just like you said. He's not going to – I think we said this earlier in the season. He's never going to be that player that gets you, 20 points and 10 assists. That's not the point guard he is. He's somebody that you need to be able to just be a game manager. I always make these football comparisons because I'm so into football right now. But there's a lot of talk about quarterbacks not being elite, just being game managers, kind of like a Kirk Cousins or a Brock Purdy, or there's arguments about it being Dak or whatever. But he's a game manager. He comes in and sure, maybe he's not getting these fancy plays. He's not making every bucket, but when he's in there, things are calm. He can bring us back from a 2-17 lead and just get us on the right path. It doesn't guarantee a win. It just guarantees momentum in some amount of way, because if we don't have Mike Conley out there and instead it's somebody, and I hate to do this all the time, but if it's somebody like D'Lo, then it's is that a guarantee that we come back, or is it only reliant on how well D'Lo is going to shoot from three? Kind of how well is his chucking going to be? So no, I agree. I think a B is solid. This is a great Mike Conley game, and one that I hope that we can have more often than not.
Did they celebrate they won a championship when they won that in-season tournament, or was it just me? They went hype. The Lakers went hype for that game.
They
didn't even count
champagne. They had champagne in the locker rooms.
It doesn't.
And the stats don't even count. Yeah. Stats don't count. Man. Game doesn't count. Which it does make some amount of sense because you're going up against a more difficult team hypothetically, so you don't want to have it be one of your games wasted in the season just because you had to play some tournament that you didn't agree to. But I guess they did technically agree to it. But either way, it's still what are we? I don't know. Anyways,
what are we doing here?
What are we talking about?
I'm gonna leave this one up to you, Rudy Gobert. 30 minutes, 3 for 4 from the floor. What? I thought he did way more than that. Am I looking at the right box score?
I see the same thing.
8 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. What?
What is this?
What is the stat line? Numbers? 3 steals. Como?
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that, but also
the one
awesome.
Play. I do really remember the play where I think Hardaway was trying to take a charge on him, and then he just was like, okay, I'm just going to dunk it on you. That was really nice. This was just a steady Gobert game. He had his 4 stocks. So that's all you really want. And how many times, even in the beginning of the game when the Mavs were scoring, there were times where you were seeing them have to reconsider their drive to the lane. And it's okay, pass it back out to 3. Oh, we can't do that. And there was just lots of that happening. And that's all Gobert. Gobert had those steals. He had that one open court steal where he starts taking it up the court. He's just a hilarious player. And this is beyond just the game, but there's been a lot of talk about Rudy Gobert in the past about like how he is with teammates and all this kind of stuff. And it's just really good to see like him and Ant getting along, him and Carl getting along really well. It just feels like he's embedded himself into the team in like a very like, I don't know, just good way tonight, or a good way in general. So that's besides tonight, but it just feels good. For Gobert tonight, I think it's a B. This is one of those games where, I will mention last game that we didn't stream, unfortunately. It would have been maybe one of the few times where we would have put Rudy in a Wancho because he had a bad game. And the beginning, actually, there were points at the beginning of this game where there was some foul trouble. And I think what did he end up with? 4? Yes, 4. So it wasn't perfect. But that's why it's not an A. So I think a B. Did I say B? Yeah, B is fine for him.
B sounds great.
Okay.
I don't know. This is hilarious. He did the upside down question mark. I gotta rep it. Oh man, you know what? Tang, I love this. It was an amazing tournament. You know what? Every game was fantastic. I thought it mattered so much more than I thought it would. I think the players got in and bought in so much more than I thought they would. And then the tournament itself in Vegas, I thought there would be like a break, but like other teams were playing on off days. I know. So I was like really excited about how they planned that all out.
We didn't educate ourselves on that. We were both in the beginning of the season. We were like, nice, we're gonna have a nice long break in the beginning. Not so.
Well, I mean, that would kind of been awesome, honestly.
That would have been nice. That would have been really. That's how they should do it, I think. But
it's so funny. Maybe you share this sentiment with me. But when there's not a Timberwolves night, I'm empty inside. I'm a little like I'm at half gas. I'm like pushing the gas pedal, but it's like I'm like going the speed limit. When Ant is on the court, man, I'm flooring it. I'm so excited. I'm hype. I'm me again. And when Ant was out, man, I was like, damn, this team is looking kind of a shell of themselves. And it was great to see Ant back. And while we've already graded Ant, his compadre, Karl Anthony Towns, the best shooting big man of all time. Dallas Mavericks fans have something to say about that. 21 points, 17 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, or you know what I'm saying. They were offensive as well. 2 assists, which was so strange because Rudy Gobert had 5, and a couple turnovers, but it's kind of par for the course. Dude, Karl Anthony Towns, I'm giving him an A. I don't know, man. This is not being A-like performance for me. Like I would not grade him like this normally, but I'm seeing like a calmer demeanor. I'm seeing a more like purposeful cat. I want that cat for the rest of the year, but I want him to shoot 10 times from 3. But I want the rest of it to be the same. Like this amount of tenor. Like he's putting so much energy into grabbing the boards and playing his role, playing big, playing tall. I love it. And against smaller teams, take advantage. Maybe there was an offensive fall here or there that's going to happen. He flails around. It's what it is. But I thought he played with so much poise and purpose and basically like kind of like he reflected upon the past 7.5 years of Ashwin basically barking at him up a tree, and he's figuring it out. Like, I really want this baseline cat for the rest of the year, for the rest of his career in a Timberwolves jersey. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah. This is a night where I wish that we had more tiers to the tier list, because I feel like it's not just an A. It's not an A1, but it's more than an A. Like, A almost feels like unfair to him, because it's like definitely A+. This was such a good game from him. There were multiple moments in this game where I was like, whoa, cat. And it wasn't because he dunked or because he had a 3. It was because he's like going after rebounds and snatching it from people. Like, this is such motivated basketball, such motivated, purposeful basketball. It's really, oh my gosh, I didn't even hear you say this or see this. I didn't realize he had 17 rebounds. But it felt
nutty.
like it. It felt
So,
like it because he was
part of it was
everywhere.
because of like Gobert's foul trouble. Part of it was because Lively
Yeah.
is on him or off of him, and he can just grab whatever he wanted. But also, he was fighting for him in a lot of ways. He was
Yeah.
fighting harder than I think I've seen him for a while. You know, and it's great to see these types of games. And you know what? The best part of it, we're winning. He's smiling.
Yeah.
He's feeling
Yeah.
himself. Just don't go live on Twitch. All right, just don't go live on Twitch.
Yeah, and for everybody in chat right now, we have a lot of you here. One, like the stream, but two, remember when we just said about Cat, so that when people come back and say that we're always hating Cat, refer them to this video, okay? Because I want people to understand that we don't only talk bad about him. But yes, please stay up at Twitch. Yeah, A+, easy. We've got to watch Timberwolves Brazil on stream. It's a piece of art. I heard it was not
We've been told
YouTube friendly, but what is YouTube friendly, and what could really go wrong?
I don't know.
What could really go wrong?
You can just move my camera over whatever might possibly go wrong.
Well, okay, we'll watch it later unless you guys tell me it's like seriously like not okay. Like we have like legal issues if we show it.
Well, did you change your voice just then?
No.
Oh, okay. Sounded like man 4K.
Did it? Oh, I can bring back girl 4K if we want.
Troy Brown Jr. off the bench. We're to the bench mob, who I thought was in totality MVP of the night. I would give them all A's if I could.
Wait,
maybe
who? The bench?
We have our power. What?
You said the bench?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so. Cat had 17 rebounds, by the way. Troy Brown Jr., 14 and a half minutes. I feel like I wanted him out there more because he hit a three. He's our three-point gunner. I want him to shoot threes. We do lack some shooting just generally right now when Cat's not shooting threes. 5 points. The rest of it doesn't matter. In 14 points, 5 minutes. You know what? This is 14 minutes that Shake Milton doesn't have. Immediately Finch A. Troy Brown Jr. C.
Yes, I agree. He also did not have 14 points. You said 14 points. He had 14 minutes.
Wow. Selective hearing.
It was a decent game from him. I just like having him out there more than others. So like, it's just he looks good. He looks super confident too. He's like, I don't know, it's good. Also, it looks like it's so not YouTube safe. I haven't looked at it. We can watch it together when we're on stream, but we won't put it on stream. Sounds like it's crazy.
This is hilarious from Tang. Tang, I love all the commentary. I feel like you're new here. Stick around. We need more people like you. This is hilarious. A pie.
A3.
Jared says Luka's becoming the old Cat, bringing his team down.
Seriously.
Wow.
Seriously.
Yo, they were 17-2. Like, just say, I know, like 46 and a half minutes left in the game. Whatever, I don't care. Then he gets a tech. And then we kind of slowly march back away, and all he does is complain to the refs. And literally all he's doing for the rest of the game, while he's scoring his 40 points, completely insane amount of efficiency from him. He's playing 3 games in 1, right? That's what I never want from our players. That's what I never want from Ant. I was worried when he started doing the whole clap back against the refs. I was worried when Cat is like singing songs and flipping around and ripping his jersey, you know? I was worried about that with our team. You know what? I love this professionalism.
Yeah.
That's been the whole mantra of this year, man. And it's been great to see my pitch. I hear my voice cracking a bit. As we go
can you hear yourself? Do you hear your voice go back to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I wish I could do that. Mine's delayed when I do that for some reason. Anyways.
Wearing the Rashad McCants 1, slow-mo, who didn't even know how slow he was until he played against Luka Doncic, apparently. 18 minutes, 6 points, and just a bunch of twos. I don't even want to read them out loud.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of twos. He had like a 5x2 or something. This was a great slow-mo game. This is the perfect utilization of Kyle. Like, this is how you need to use him against Luka and Luka only. Joker Nation almost gave up on Cat. Yeah, we did.
We did.
But we're back, I guess.
You were really feeling Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson swap.
Oh, man.
I was like,
how is he now? I haven't even paid attention. Is he bad?
I don't know, man. He's okay.
Yeah,
I talked to his
but I
brother.
was feeling Cam
He says
Johnson.
hi.
Yeah, slow-mo. I think tonight, honestly, we kind of have to go high for slow-mo. I don't know if it's is it an A? I was thinking B.
Absolutely not.
O-
What?
Okay, yeah. I think it's a B though. I think this was a good Kyle game. Like, obviously, he's not the Kyle that we're gonna have from last year, but based on what we've been seeing recently, like this felt really good to me.
Yeah. I think Kyle kind of defines our team in a lot of ways. We play a little bit slower than other teams. We play a little bit methodical. We get to the line. We pump fake our way in and out of games. Um, we don't shoot the three very well, and we don't take a lot of them. And we are like eighth worst in the league of shooting threes. But that's still a lot. But it's just like that's what we are. That's where we are. That's who we are. And we're a big team. Um, but also, we are a defensive oriented team, and I can't believe I'm saying that with like actual fact. We are the best defensive team in the league. We've been this way for a long time, and it's so visible. It's so visceral. You can see these possessions. They don't know how to attack the rim. They don't know how to like go off of switches. We are there. We are contesting threes even when we are
Yeah.
not even close to them. And
Mhm.
it's really important to keep this going for all 82 games. Slow-mo's at kind of like the helm of that, like off the bench. He's kind of there. And um, yeah, maybe this team can be ugly at times to watch as well. Like offensively, we don't have a whole lot of rhythm going as well. And
Yeah.
Slow-mo, I think, kind of squares us in the right direction. At least pushes us in the right direction. That one hook shot when we were struggling to score for a minute, he had this like weird hook shot. It just like bounced really hard off in. I was like, yes, all right. Well, now we are situated. We can score again. Let's get back on D. And that's exactly what happened. Like these types of rhythm points is not going to get him like an A every game. It's not going to get him in double digits every game,
Yeah.
but like he finds a way to make our tempo work in our favor. Like sometimes he doesn't. He was in a weird stretch for some time in the season, but like when he's playing like this, man, I love it. Of course, like a win's a win's a win's a win. But like when you win like this, right? Down 15, a win by 20. Every player had a role. Slow-mo definitely came in with the bench and changed this game.
Oh yeah, big time. And then just a quick interjection from chat. Imagine if Luca had the same refs Wolves had against the Pelicans, he would have been thrown out. Just imagine if Luca had the same refs in general as the Wolves do. He would be suspended from the league, like
Well,
maybe banned for life. Pretty crazy. And then Joker Nation. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to trade Cat last offseason. Well, Joker, I think you just found a new home. Um, uh, okay. Um,
keep
oh
bringing those
yeah,
threes.
we still haven't done kind of a
The
major
players of the
player.
night.
Yeah.
Spoilers. I guess you could grade him Wantos if you want. But Nikhil Alexander Walker, 13 points, 3 for 4 from the 3-point line, team high plus 20 from plus minus, and most importantly, when Jaden didn't have it going early, when he got his 2 fouls early, when he had that 4-point play against Luca, right, or Luca had that 4-point play against him,
Yeah.
we subbed in Nikhil Alexander Walker, we subbed in Naz Reid for Gobert, and holy crap, we had an offense. Sometimes you
Yes.
just have to pick the right people
Immediately.
in the right moments to get going. And in the starting lineup, didn't have it. We were quick. We were like 4 minutes in, cut it out. Like, let's get these people in. Honestly, Nikhil Alexander Walker deserves an A1. He's not going to get an A1 from me, but he was 5 for 6 for the floor. He's getting an A. He's one
Yeah.
of the second best player of the night tonight.
I agree. There's not much else I have to add other than exactly what you said. When we had Jaden go out, is when I started talking shit in Discord. And I was like, yeah, Nah is better than Jay. I didn't say that. Just kidding. Lies. I did not say that in the Discord. But that like was a moment where it was like, okay, this is where offense comes from because it looked really ugly with Jaden out there on offense. Um, obviously Jaden played better, but or played better throughout the game as the game went on. But Nah was just like critical to this team's success tonight. He had several fouls called against him when he was swiping at the ball. Where I mean, I didn't look at a close-up replay, but they really did look like all ball. So I just feel like he's just got this like great. He's just got great defense. It's really incredible to have Nah and Jaden because we kind of view them as similar players. So to have them both be on the Timberwolves is Yeah, that feels great. So
This is like maybe not going to be documented in stats and even in future shows of ours. So like I'll just say it right now. What he does really well is push pace. And we are a team that is big, slow, and professional and methodical, whatever. I said that earlier. What Dallas does is push pace. What they did from last season to this season, they completely changed their like effective, possessions per 100 possessions. Whether they like have added 5 or 6 more possessions per 100, it's significant more pace.
mhm.
We don't have that if like Cat's bringing the ball up sometimes, or if like Mike Conley, he's never going to sprint, in fast break. Nikhil Alexander-Walker knows his role, and he just like shoves it forward as fast as he can, and it really disrupts the defense sometimes. And I think those don't really ultimately matter for like buckets or whatever, but it really
Yeah.
puts defenses on edge, and he
Mhm.
understands that assignment, and I love that. I love that about him. And it just is underrated. We don't need to talk about it, but it's just really an underrated part of his game. Is when he
Yeah.
gets the ball, he's sprinting in. We don't have the pace that other teams have. We just can't do it. But when we have those moments, we can
Mhm.
tie people in fast break points. One of our biggest Achilles heel on our team this season, in our 5 losses, miraculously only 5 losses,
Yeah.
is our fast break deficiency. Like we are just always kind of behind.
Mhm.
Especially early in the season when like people were on the floor whining to refs. Anyways,
Yeah.
player of the night. No,
Player
it's
of the
not
night.
JJ Barea. It's Naz Reid. 27 points, 7 fucking threes in 11 fucking 3-point attempts. My man was a cannon from Dallas. And apparently that's what he averages in Dallas. I don't know. 27 and 6. He had a couple steals as well. Awesome. A1. I don't know, man. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like remember this one, but like he just shot ourselves into this game when no one else had going. When we had 16 points from Luka in the first quarter, he just inverted that and had 16 points of his own. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. Unreal game. Unforgettable game, which is why it's A1. Seeing all this, even like we were so close to having just like literally the perfect Naz Reid game because he had multiple attempts where he could have had hammer dunks, where he was driving and he got fouled. We could have had easily like 35 plus points because he was just like, I don't know. I can just see a path to even more points from Naz tonight because of how effective he was tonight. It's A1. It's self-explanatory. All you have to do is just rewatch the game, and you're like, yeah, that's A1. So
Yeah.
Naz Reid. Yeah, and then also look at the chat. I mean, look at the chat when we started the stream. There was like 17,000 Naz Reids in the chat. So
I could have kept
yes,
going, but I know.
I
Um,
was yes.
Really quick, can we put Shake and Glenn Taylor? Then we can continue. And also, Joker Nation maybe wants to join our Discord. Cameron, shout out to the Discord. How do we join our Discord?
I don't know. No, you go to the link in the description, and if you have the app downloaded, it should just open it automatically, and you should just press like join or something like that. But there is a link in the bio, or not the bio, in the description. And also, Nightbot, right on time.
Whoa.
Join the Discord. There's the link. Wow. Nightbot.
Wow.
That was kind of freaky. Um,
Some could say that.
Sensational.
that was sensational.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
Well,
Another thing everybody has to do if you haven't, go watch the Anthony Edwards. I think it was who was that interview through? I haven't even watched the full interview. I've just seen the clips of him. It was like an interview with Complex or something like that. Or am I saying something wrong? Let me see. I'm pretty sure he had some interview that's like crazy and everybody. Yeah, it's Complex. I think that's how you say it. yeah, it's them. Gotta see that. I want to join your Discord, but I have to Naz Reid. True. Well, looking forward, we still have some tricky games. However, we're gonna have a fun game on Saturday. Saturday's game, we play the Indiana Pacers. If you were in a time capsule, if you just woke up from a coma, you are wondering what is going on. Why are you talking about an exciting game between the Timberwolves and the Pacers? Well, let me tell you, they're two of the top 4 teams probably in the entire league. um, Indiana Pacers have the best offense. We have the best defense at home. Target Center. Tickets are expensive for this game.
Price has
I was
gone up.
originally thinking about doing some kind of a giveaway for these, but I was like, holy cow, okay, I can't afford this. So please look out for maybe there's some Arby's tickets. If there's Arby's tickets, holy cow, take advantage because that's a game. Pacers stole Giannis' game ball. That was an interesting situation. Also, yeah, I mean, whatever. But Timberwolves schedule. Don't let them steal the Wolves. It's the Pacers at home, the Heat away, the 76ers away, the Lakers at home, the Kings away, Oklahoma City away, Mavs at home, Lakers at home. So
Dang.
we got some games. I am planning on making
all above 500, aren't they?
They are all above 500. I am planning on making really talking the talk and really trying to get some Lakers fans upset over the next couple weeks.
I like that.
I usually avoid that because I don't like pain. So you know what I'm going to do instead? I am going to talk the talk of the Timberwolves, and then I am going to bet against the team. Big time. So that way, in case we lose, I can at least covered. I'm good. I've hedged my bet.
With every loss, the prices of tickets go down. So I mean, maybe we need to.
That's true. We do need some losses. We can't win everything because otherwise tickets are going to be $50 a piece before fees. Yeah, but yeah, it'll be cool.
I know your favorite poster of all time posted Little F Broken Arm. I know you can't ever say that. Watch Wolves and Brazil off screen. We got to see your reaction. So I think you got to go live in a separate, maybe on Twitch.
Twitch, yeah. Or let's see. Is there a way for us? Can I share it with you? Can I share it in Discord with you? Then we can watch it at the same time. Discord.
Wow, we're doing some stream within streamception stuff.
Yeah, I got to find it first. You got to make sure it's the right one.
I have a question for you, Peanut Gallery, as well as you, Cameron. Number 1 defense or number 1 offense? Who wins? Of course, we're going to be biased, but let's pretend we're unbiased sports fans. What's going to happen?
Sorry, what was the question?
17 rebounds.
17 rebounds.
Okay, sorry, you don't understand.
Sorry, I was getting the Timberwolves Brazil thing.
Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. Who you got? What you got?
Oh, against the Pacers. I actually do think the Wolves are going to win this game. I think the Wolves are, like you said over and over tonight, we're a professional, mature team. They are not. They are sure, if they start hitting everything, if in the first and second quarter they're up by 25, 30 points somehow, okay, then fine. But I do think if this is a close game, I really do think we win. It's crazy to say this, but I feel like we just are just better. I don't know. I don't mean that better than them. I just think that we are a mature team and we can handle it. So yeah, I can't figure out how to share in Discord again as I'm talking. Oh my God, I thought you were just showing it on screen.
No, I would do that to you, but John Paul Rimpos wants our opinion of the current standings. And you know what? Let's start with the Eastern Conference because I don't know shit about it. Boston, Milwaukee, Orlando, Philly. I wasn't expecting Orlando whatsoever, but I also kind of wasn't expecting Philly to be in the top 4. For some reason, I thought the drama would really have an effect on them, and I really thought that, just like Embiid, can he really do it for 82? Apparently, he can. Mm-hmm. And also, I don't know, there's been some Maxey MVP votes. What the hell, right? But Indiana, New York, Miami Heat, those are opposite teams. Miami Heat, Indiana and New York. So what I'm seeing on the bottom is the Cleveland, Toronto, Atlanta, Chicago. That's sad. And I thought these guys would probably be up there in the standings, but I guess not. Any thoughts? And also, rest in peace. Boy, the Wizards have been just an absolute meme of a team this year.
Yeah, they're bad.
I don't have any other comments. Whoa, I didn't even know that Detroit was 2-22 already. Oh, 2-22.
That means it's almost. I think they've lost 20 games in a row.
21 games in a row, according to this little number right here.
Yeah. It's bad.
Anything else? Otherwise, I'll move to the West.
No, I don't really have anything on the East, honestly. I don't really watch too much East other than the Magic being third. It's crazy. And then the Pacers. I mean, the Pacers look really good. Yeah. I like both of them, but
so everything counted for the Pacers except for that finals game. Is that correct?
I think you're right. Yes, I think that's I think that's correct. I could be wrong, I guess, but
yeah. And then over here, I'll let you take the floor, unless you want me to.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see OKC up there. That's cool because I think we're significantly better than them. Denver is going to be fine all season, regardless of what happens. Even they could even withstand some injuries and probably still be fine. They're just a really solid team. Dallas is like nothing. I'm not concerned about Dallas. Obviously, we just beat them, but I mean, I guess if Kyrie comes back, that's something. But Lakers are going to be okay, but they're also kind of frantic now and trying to like trade D'Lo apparently, which is like hilarious. But I think the Lakers will be somewhat legit all season. Kings, I don't know how to feel about the Kings. Houston Rockets, I think, are fake. I don't think they're going to be good for the whole season. I think they've probably finished. Honestly, I think the Rockets finish out of the play-in. That's my hot take.
Yeah.
And then the Clippers, I think they'll be okay. New Orleans, a total, I don't know. The Suns being 10th is low. They're going to be higher. I think they finish in the
They're
top
gonna be
four.
higher. They're getting into form now. Like they might take 10 more games because they're now fully healthy, but like they're gonna be top
but
5.
The main conversation point is probably Golden State. How do we feel about Golden State? Are they gonna? Is this accurate? Are they gonna get? Because like, here's the thing. I don't view them as a team that's like, let's just struggle through and try to make the play in. I think they're like, we're either a top 4 contender or we tank. I have no idea. Lakers already gave the blueprint on how to beat the Pacers. Yeah, they did. I mean, that's very valid, and that's something that, of course, the Timberwolves are very much going to be looking at. So
yeah, I think so. We play big. My storyline is Memphis. They're out. They cannot compete this year. Why bother? Like they're gonna have Ja back very soon. Why bother?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not gonna matter at all. They might as well tank for a pick that they may or may not have. Yeah, Golden State, man. Like Draymond out indefinitely. They now have to rely on Kuminga, and they're benching Wiggins and they're like rookie Berdzinski or whatever his name is. No,
Pajamas.
Pajamas. Yeah, yeah. Dude, like that team is going to implode, and I'm all for it. Like it was exciting when they were great, and it's really exciting when they're not. Like we want new teams, we want new blood, and the OKC Kings Timberwolves era has begun.
Apparently. Here, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to get this Timberwolves Brazil thing for us. I remembered how to do things.
I love that for you.
Maybe I remembered how to do things, but let's see. Share my screen with you. Timberwolves Brazil. And
dude, someone said the audio and video is not good.
I heard the same. Okay. I'm sharing it with you. Can you see it? No. Wait.
Are you sharing this with me where?
In Discord.
I have to turn on Discord, which means my camera's going to go. Bye.
Oh, is it going to go? Well, I guess we are near the end. Okay. I'm in the.
This is for you, little left broken arm.
Yes, we're watching it. We're watching it now, or about to, anyways. I knew this is probably what it was going to be like. I can see it from the first image here.
Oh, this is going to be so bad.
Oh, here, let me mute you. There we go. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What the hell is this?
I don't want to watch this anymore.
I do. We still got 20 seconds. No. I actually think this would have been safe to put on stream.
Well, I will leave you, and you can put that in my void.
Ooh, that was good. I like that. Wow. I think we could have put that on stream. I think. I mean, that's crazy, but we could have. Man, future collab between who? I will say
Timberwolves in Brazil. Timberwolves after dark.
we should have Timberwolves Brazil. If Timberwolves Brazil, hey, Timberwolves Brazil, if you want to come on stream, let us know. But it sounds like I think they're going to be going live on Twitch when they hit 100K on Twitter. I saw them post that the other day. But speaking of collabs, there's a possibility. I know a lot of you are lost and wandering after Timberwolves Daily has no longer been going live. We may have some Timberwolves Daily here shortly on the stream. We'll see. Not today, but soon. New collab. Cooper, I'm in the DMs. I'll message you if you're watching this. But yes, a new Awu.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
We did it.
All right. Well, I think
won't be
that's it.
Saturday. My fault. My fault.
Yeah, you won't be here Saturday. I'll see if I can get Cooper here on Saturday. And by the way, I appreciate all of you when we all went over to Dane Moore's comment section. You guys were so funny. You said free Ashwin. You said we were really making fun of Cooper. Well, not making fun of, but we were getting Cooper's attention. That was really fun. But I appreciate you guys said some really nice things there too. So I do appreciate it. That was cool to see so many people show up on a stream where like one of the biggest like voices in Timberwolves, like Twitter and YouTube and all that was live, and we still have people here. That's really cool. So that's cool. But anyways, I think that's it for us tonight. We'll be back. I'll be back on Saturday, as will maybe Coop. We'll see. Anyways, 52 wins is still possible. Again, borderline likely at this point. Intro is the outro. I forgot how to do this. Intro as the outro. We will see you guys Saturday night. Bye-bye.